The town of Hollow Creek was quiet, too quiet. A hush seemed to fall over the town, a stark contrast to the laughter and joy that once echoed through its streets. Now, only the wind dared to speak, carrying whispers of a darkness that had seeped into the very heart of the community, a darkness that wore a painted smile and a blood-red nose. Beneath the veneer of tranquility, fear pulsed like a raw nerve. Parents clutched their children closer, their eyes darting to shadows that stretched and twisted in the fading light. The once vibrant playground stood deserted, swings swaying rhythmically as if pushed by an unseen hand. The laughter of children had been replaced by a chilling silence, broken only by the creak of the swings and the rustle of leaves. Even the sun seemed hesitant to touch Hollow Creek, its rays filtering through a perpetual haze that hung over the town like a shroud. The once bright houses appeared dull and lifeless, their paint peeling like scabs on old wounds. Hollow Creek was a town holding its breath, trapped in the suffocating grip of a terror it couldn't escape. The source of this terror, whispered by the wind and etched into the very soul of the town, was a secret buried deep within its history, a secret that wore the face of a clown.
Mommy, why are clowns scary?
Little Emily's innocent question shattered the strained silence of the dinner table. Her mother, startled by the suddenness of the query, fumbled with her fork, a nervous laugh escaping her lips.
What makes you say that, sweetie?
She asked, her voice a little too high, a little too forced. Emily, oblivious to her mother's unease, continued to poke at her mashed potatoes, her brow furrowed in thought.
Tommy said clowns are scary. He said they take children away.
Her father, usually a jovial man with a booming laugh, cleared his throat loudly, his face suddenly pale.
Don't listen to Tommy. He's just being silly.
But Emily wasn't convinced. She had seen the fear in her parents' eyes, the way they avoided her gaze when she mentioned the clown. There was something they weren't telling her, something dark and sinister that lurked beneath the surface of their forced smiles and reassurances. That night, as Emily lay in bed, her mind raced with images of grotesque clowns with blood-red smiles and eyes that glinted with malice. The wind howled outside her window, mimicking the sound of maniacal laughter, and the shadows in her room danced and twisted, taking on the shape of menacing figures. Sleep, when it finally came, was filled with nightmares. The clown. It wasn't just a figment of children's nightmares in Hollow Creek, it was real, a tangible embodiment of evil that had haunted the town for generations, appearing every few years to claim a fresh victim. Its presence was announced by a series of disappearances, each one more chilling than the last. Children, lured by the promise of candy and laughter, would vanish without a trace. Their heartbroken parents, driven to the brink of madness by grief and despair, would search tirelessly, their hope dwindling with each passing day. But their efforts were always in vain. The clown, it seemed, was a master of deception, a phantom that could disappear into thin air, leaving behind only whispers and shadows. The disappearances followed a horrifying pattern. First, the laughter, the chilling sound of a clown's cackle, echoing through the empty streets at the witching hour. Then, the whispers. Faint voices carried by the wind whispering promises of joy and wonder, luring unsuspecting children into the clutches of the unknown. And finally, the silence. A silence so profound, so absolute that it seemed to suffocate the very air, leaving behind a void filled with terror and despair. The clown's reign of terror had left an indelible mark on Hollow Creek, transforming it from a place of joy and laughter to a town consumed by fear. Parents forbade their children from venturing outside after dark, their hearts pounding with dread at the mere thought of the evil that lurked in the shadows. The night was heavy with silence as the town tried to forget, but some things they never truly rest.
I can still hear him, in my dreams. The laughter, it never stops.
The memories of those who suffered remain etched in the shadows, haunting the living.
Every night I see his face, those eyes, they follow me everywhere.
The past has a way of clawing back, refusing to be buried.
Will it ever end? Or are we doomed to be haunted forever?
The town's darkest secret, a curse that refuses to die. As whispers of the past grew louder, the fear that once gripped the town began to resurface.
I thought it was all just stories, but now I know better.
The echoes of terror reverberated through the hearts of those who dared to remember.
Sometimes I feel like he's still here, watching, waiting.
The sinister presence and ever-looming shadow cast its pall over the town.
How do you escape something that isn't truly gone?
The fear it lingers, a chilling reminder that some nightmares never end. The tale of the sinister clown became a legend, a dark legacy passed down through generations.
They say he still roams the night searching for his next victim.
The town, forever marked by the horrors it once endured, lives in the shadow of its past.
Parents tell their children to stay indoors after dark, to never wander alone.
The fear, woven into the very fabric of the town, a constant reminder of what once was.
We live with the knowledge that some evils never truly die.
And so the legacy of fear continues, an unending nightmare that binds the town in its icy grip.